Good evening, everybody. I'm still trying to come to terms with the debacle against Barnet, where we did everything but score and ended up throwing away a 4-2 lead on penalties to lose 5-4. So I was in hiding for about 24 hours after that. It was a hard defeat to take, really. I know it's not a question of life or death, but that's probably one of my worst ever results ever on FIFA 16 so far in this career mode. Episode 28 will be a landmark episode for that particular reason. But anyway, not to bother, because we've got a home match with Sunderland coming up, so a chance of redemption in the league. We're 2 points behind Manchester United at the top of the table, so we've got every chance of doing well in the league. Of course, we've got the FA Cup coming up in January, but at least we can now concentrate on trying to challenge the Manchester clubs at the top of the table. For this game today, we play Sunderland at Turf Moor, and we will have the big guns back for this one after we rested certain big names for the league, for what we thought was going to be a nice easy League Cup game. It obviously turned out anything but easy in the end. In fact, we're out now, but we're against Sunderland here today, so let's hope that something good comes of this and we can get 3 more crucial points and turn up the heat on the 2 Manchester clubs that are sandwiched at the moment in between our good selves at the moment. So let's get over to the stadium and join a capacity crowd who will be hoping for a reaction from Burnley to that shock cup defeat on Wednesday night to Barnet. So let's get over there and join the huge capacity crowd for Burnley against Sunderland in the Premier League. Hello there, good afternoon and welcome to a rainy Turf Moor, who 4 to 5 days ago witnessed the worst cup defeat in the club's history as they were knocked out on penalties by League 2 Barnet. But there are 9 changes made to that team. Only Jordan Ive and Tom Eaton survived from that disappointing cup defeat. And all the big guns back in there, Ings and Gale, all back in there, as you'd expect. As for Sunderland, Jordan Pickford is actually preferred to Kostal Pantelimon in the goals. Austin will play in front of young Gooch there, and Lawrence and Johnson could do damage on the wings. Burnley are the joint top meanest defence. Manchester United has also conceded 7 goals as well. There's Scott Dan, 2 goals this season. So we're all set to go then at Turf Moor. Burnley, of course, in claret and blue. Sunderland in the stripes. And this is John Flanagan. He needs a good result. He needs a good game today, Flanagan, because he knows that Hector Bellerin's coming back, and he hasn't scored yet, I don't think, for the Clarets since he's moved. But he's a very good player, Yannick Bolasie. There's no doubt about it. He will make opportunities, no doubt about it. We saw that at Crystal Palace. What Burnley have to do now as a club is just get that humiliation against Barnet out of their systems and just make sure they keep the pressure on the 2 Manchester clubs at the top of the Barclays Premier League. That's the main goal, really. And there's also the obvious carrot of the another road to Wembley starting in January, of course, the FA Cup as well. Burnley kick off in the 3rd round, so too does Sunderland. As the shot comes in there. And it was over the top there from Leon Bridcut. He just ghosted right through there. There's Scott Dan. Johnny Flanagan. Now Bill Bentaleb to Johnny Flanagan once again. Bentaleb making a run down the near side. Two waited in the centre for a decent cross. Too close to Pickford. Van Heijnoort gets it away. Gooch. And a Burnley throw. Bent to left to take it. Ings round the corner. Joey Barton. Barton's shot. Oh, well saved by Pickford. Well, he had to move there. No pun intended. To get down to that. Great bit of goalkeeping there. Corner then to be taken on the near side. And it's Joey Barton to take. Pickford coming for this one. Got nowhere near it. Comes down to the end of Barton. Tremendous skill. And gets the crossing Hughes at the far post. Headed away, but only as far as Tommy Smith here. Looking for options here, Smith. Almost turned into traffic and still going Tommy Smith, but Dominguez in a superb challenge there for Sunderland. Barton doing well, and Yannick Bolasie. Oh, lovely skill, lovely strength and superb close control. Bentaleb, Flanagan. Now Dwight Gale again. Super skill by Gale! 1-0! That's the Burnley we all know and love. Dwight Gale. This is the Burnley that's took on Manchester United and beaten them in their own backyard. This is the Burnley that shows no fear in the Premier League. And it's not the Burnley that were frustrated against Barnet for long spells and were beaten on penalties. This is the real Burnley, standing up and being countered when it's needed. And Dwight Gale's fifth for the season just underlines that quality. Lovely skill and a cool finish past the despairing dive of Jordan Pickford, who up until then was playing an absolute blinder in the Sunderland goal. Here's Matthews. And now Sunderland have to come out and try and force the issue at 1-0 down with Lords. Giving away to Jordan Ive. Now this guy scored a cracker at Old Trafford and he's going on the run again. This is a wonderful solo run. It could be a brilliant goal here from Ive. Oh yes! That goal is just pure genius. 2 goals in as many minutes for Burnley, and Jordan Ive has probably just betted that goal he got at Old Trafford, because he ran further in this time and blocked the shot past Jordan Pickford. And it's 2-0. That was a real goal of pure genius. Just the skill alone made it a great goal. And he's probably just topped the goal he got at Old Trafford, because he ran on and ran on and then pulled the trigger when it was needed. 2 goals in 8 minutes. Burnley 2, Sunderland 0, and Burnley now back to their good, assured, self-controlled best. Playing some real champagne football. Ings again. It's Danny Ings again. What a great run. Ings, good save by Pickford. Corner kick. Good effort from Ings. I don't know if it was going in the near post or not, but it was a good save from Jordan Pickford, who had no idea, I would have thought, of him whether it was going in or not. But he had to make sure. Barton's corner. Van Heijnoort's header. Ings on the edge of the area all of a sudden. Oh, saved by Pickford. Hughes on the follow-up. It just wouldn't drop for him. Big cutaway for Sunderland. Austin, good tackle by Bentaleb. Well, he's given a free kick, the referee. I don't understand why, because Ings, to me, took the ball legally. The referee deems it illegal. Anyway, for episode 30 of the Burnley Career Mode, we're in episode 29, of course. It's Swansea City at the Liberty, and you'll be able to see that only on the YouTube channel. Johnson. Bridcut. Gooch. Good tackle by Smith. Hughes. And that'll finally add it. Balassi here. And he's up plays for Sunderland. He certainly did in his Palace days. And he's hit the post, and he should have scored. Well, that should have been 3 there in a nutshell. Here's Austin at the other end, the former Burnley man. And he's strode away from the defenders. He's only got one in the middle, mind you. And it was never going to reach him in the end. Tom Eaton with a comfortable catch. And there is the half-time whistle. So Burnley in complete control. Dwight Gale with the first after a sublime piece of skill. Goal from the edge of the area. And then Jordan I with a solo run and a pure finish. Makes it Burnley 2, Sunderland 0. Hello there, welcome back to the second half here at Turf Moor, where John Stutty's Burnley lead Sam Allardyce's Sunderland rather by 2-0. He got a very warm reception, Sam Allardyce, of course, a former Blackburn Rovers manager, of course. Here's Will Hughes now. He's got Balassi down the near side, the left-hand side. Yannick Balassi hasn't really, well, he tried to do too much in the end, but he felt confident enough. Jordan I trying to keep it in play, didn't succeed in doing so. No changes by, incidentally, from either the Clarets or the Black Cats in the second half. Oh, Soleil there doing a little bit of Russian roulette right on the goal line, more or less. Yannick Balassi. This is better from Burnley. They looked a lot more menacing as an attacking force, certainly today anyway. Gale picks up the loose ball. Ings. A lovely turn. And lovely skill. Danny Ings! 3-0! Oh, that was another piece of pure genius from Burnley. Danny Ings with a tremendous turn. Back to goal. Here it is. Past Banano he went. Lovely skill. And the shot was superb. In fact, there was a slight deflection that took it past Jordan Pickford and into the net, but even so, you can bet your bottom dollar that Danny Ings will claim that goal, and Burnley had number 3. But it was an invention, really, of pure genius from Danny Ings. He's 9 for the season, and Burnley are 3 to the good. And that cup defeat against Barnet now, a very, very distant memory indeed. And going out of the cup, maybe as humiliating as it was, might be the best thing that ever happens to Burnley Football Club in terms of the league, and they can just concentrate on that for a couple of months before the FA Cup comes into being. And maybe they'll give their full energy to the cup in the second half of the season, with the league really taking care of itself. They weren't expected to win the thing at the moment, and here's Ings. He's got Barton in the middle, so too Gale, but Pickford was off the line quickly and made a very, very good save. Nothing illegal about that one. Austin. Gooch. That's a good ball. Now Lawrence. Ball in the middle. Oof, what a good opportunity there for Gooch. Great chance for him there to pull it back to 3-1. And it was a terrific volley, but it missed the target. And in the end, a goal kick it is. And in fact, Lyndon Gooch himself will be replaced by the former Everton guy, Everton man and England man, of course. He did play for England, of course, Jack Wadwell. A few caps for his country. It's certainly in the international wilderness at the moment. Scotty Dan. Jordan Ibe. Here's Balassi. Now, if anyone's deserved a goal, it's Yannick Balassi, and he's running straight through. Balassi, good save. Balassi again. Gale, saved by Pickford. Well, he's been beaten 3 times, Jordan Pickford, but he's had a good match in general. Not been blamed for any of the 3 goals, but here's a chance. Oh, what a good save. The Tom Eaton, well, he hasn't had much to do with 73 minutes of the game gone, but what he's had to do, he's done so well, superbly well. And to deny Adam Johnson from that sort of range, might had to take a goalkeeper of good stature, and he's one of the best at the moment in the business. Sunderland corner, and it's off the crossbar. Almost an own goal, in fact, from Dwight Gale. Quarter of an hour left. Sunderland have their second successive corner. And Anna Johnson this time will float it in. Flicked on, but it's barred away. And a free kick to Burnley for a foul on Scott Dan, I think, in the end. So it's Dan to Smith. To Ibe. And well found to Yannick Bolasie, who's got a clear run at goal, more or less. Yannick Bolasie. He just can't score. He just cannot get on the score sheet here. Good effort, and Jordan Pickford with his finger, with more or less his fingertips, quite literally flipping it over for a corner. So Burnley, for all that effort, get a corner, and there's a substitution being made there for Sunderland. Liam Bridcut being replaced by Fabio Barini, but it's too little, too late, certainly from Big Sam Allardyce's point of view. Barini now on with the last knockings. Here's Bentaleb's corner. Oh, the chance, and this time Bolasie does get his goal. Easy. Poor defending from Sunderland, and Burnley won the headers. Bolasie couldn't miss at the far post, and Burnley make it 4. And that caps off a memorable afternoon if you're a Claret and Blue persuasion. It's his first goal for Burnley, and it was met with universal approval around the ground. Yannick Bolasie, who missed 2 previous chances more or less a few minutes ago, well, he's certainly on the score sheet now. And he was relieved to get off the mark for his new club. The former Crystal Palace man. As Austin now goes forward, Bolasie does well. Tommy Smith, oh fantastic. Dwight Gale, oh, what a lovely defence, splitting pass, but he won't reach. But it will reach only Pickford and not Danny Ings. But the through ball was superb. Flanagan, oh nice ball from Gale. Another defence splitting pass. Here's Ings off the post and wide. Hit the outside of the post in actual fact. Here it is again. Pickford beaten a mile, but wide. Pickford with the goal kick within the last minute of the normal time. Game won quite comfortably now by Burnley. It's just a question of how many. And will Gale make it 5 this time? No, Pickford again. He's pulled off some good saves today, Jordan Pickford. He might have been beaten 4 times today, but you can't really blame him for any of the 4 goals because the defence in front of him has really not done him any service whatsoever. He's played very well not to have a. He doesn't deserve poor past him. In you're talking from a goalkeeper, from a personal point of view, but with a defence like Sunderland, oh, it's a 5th, and Tommy Smith completes the map for Burnley. And again, Pickford didn't really have a price with it. And credit here to Bentaleb for a superb corner, and Smith from around the penalty spot with a bullet header. No chance again for the young goalkeeper, who has played terrifically well, and he's been beaten 5 times. You feel for Pickford, but at the same time, you have to feel very, very happy for the Clarets, because a cup defeat like that against Barnet could have disorientated any other side, but Burnley have bounced back in the best possible way. There's the final whistle, and it was a rout, to be quite honest, for Burnley. Once the first one had got in, the goals just flew in. Danny Ings got at least one of them, and Yannick Bolasie was one that got off the mark. Tommy Smith with a bullet header towards the end completed a rout. There was also goals for Dwight Gale as well. And a sad day for Sam Allardyce's Sunderland, who are now confounded to defeat. A big defeat for them, They'll have to need to take some getting over. But for Burnley, it was a rout. A big rout. 5-0 it ended here at Turf Moor. Well, there we are. What a great way to react to a cup defeat to Barnet and really put it down as a distant memory. And you can't get much better than that. Right, these are all the results from the 29th of October with Tottenham and Cardiff still to play their match tomorrow. But here's other results from today. Big game at the Emirates. It finished 0-0 between Arsenal and Man United. Aston Villa West Ham shared the points. We won 5-0 against Sunderland. Great result for us. Everton won. Newcastle won. Liverpool were defeated at home to Stoke City. Middlesbrough were beaten by Chelsea, so they keep up the pressure for the top 4 spot. Norwich against Swansea ended 3-1 to Swansea. That's Burnley's next opponents, by the way. You'll be able to see that next game for episode 30 of the career mode. 1-1, Manchester City 2, and West Brom 0, Southampton 1. And with Spurs, Cardiff City to come. That's the way it is at the moment. And well, what a way to end what was a tough week, but a good week in the end. Look at that. 3 clubs there, deadlocked on 26 points. Ourselves and the 2 Manchester clubs. Burnley have the better goal difference, though. We have a plus 21 goal difference compared to Manchester City's plus 11 and Man United's plus 10. And at the bottom, it's pretty tight there. 2 points separates 17th from the bottom 3. Norwich occupied that 17th spot with Watford, West Ham and Middlesbrough all in the quagmire. And that concludes the episode number 29 of this FIFA 16 Burnley career mode. A very enjoyable one, and and to be quite honest, it's great to see some. To be honest with you, it's good to actually have some. But we were offered, despite our cup debacle there, we were offered a job at Arsenal, but I felt I wanted to. You don't start a job before finishing a job, and there's so much unfinished business we need to do at Burnley first before we even contemplate even trying for another club. I think that would be unfair to the Burnley public if we left. As per this, really, there's just a couple of players I want to put in, really. First of all, I wouldn't even consider Danny Welbeck. I don't like him. I hate the guy. I don't think I could. I don't think I could manage him, quite honestly. He's Right, so we're just looking for Barclays Premier League. Burnley we want. And I've also got another beef. Why isn't Wayne Rooney in that? Is he still at Man United? Indeed he is. Why isn't Wayne Rooney not? I mean, why do we need to, why is it that England needs so many goddamn midfielders? It beggars belief. We don't need all them midfielders. Let's get Wayne Rooney into the team. He just absolutely annoys me to high heaven and back, really. And there's a couple of players I want to bring in from Burnley as well. Because I think they deserve a chance, really. I think Scott Dan should be in the squad, to be quite honest. I think he's better than, I think he's better than Micah Richards, if I'm being honest. I think that's my opinion. So Scotty Dan in the England party. Also, we're going to have Will Hughes in as well. Jordan Henderson, I don't like him. So there we go. Oh, Wayne Rooney's got a... Well, that explains why Wayne Rooney isn't in the squad. Which is a frustration in itself. Detailed. So we do need it. So we do need a striker in the end. So it's frustrating when you want to put your best players in. Well, I'll tell you who could come in there, and we'll also have as well Charlie Austin. Get rid of Chris Smalling. I think that right. We'll get we'll give Saido Berahino a chance as well. So we've got a very youthful England start up there. That's for the Euro Cup qualifiers. As I say, our next game is against Swansea. That's episode 30 of the series, and I hope to see you on that one for us. As we leave that there now, we'll leave you to that, but it's going to be a happy ending because Burnley have got over that cup defeat and have thrashed a poor excuse of a Sunderland side by 5 goals to 0. Great times ahead for the Clarets, and that is a great way to start as you mean to go on. We're always tonight at a buoyant this time, Turf Boy. Good night to you all.